Taylor Pashadi with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Super Bowl champion Eagles are among 17 teams kicking off voluntary off-season workouts Monday as clubs gear up for Thursday's NFL Draft in Green Bay. Philly also locked up Pro Bowl center Cam Jurgens, agreeing to terms on a 4-year, $68 million contract, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Jurgens, who replaced the retired Jason Kelce last season, is now the second highest paid center in the NFL by average per year. The Jets exercised the fifth-year options on 3 of their 2022 first-round picks. Corner Sauce Gardner, receiver Garrett Wilson, and edge rusher Jermaine Johnson, according to general manager Darren Muji. The Seahawks have 4 quarterbacks on their roster after recently signing Drew Lock as a backup. General manager John Schneider saying the Lock addition doesn't preclude the team from drafting a quarterback. The Seahawks have 10 picks, including the 18th overall. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Mother's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right? Print it all for moms and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. Speaking of the NFL, we will have coverage reports from Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Thursday as the NFL draft progresses. And Jared, did you know I got drafted?
You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Greeting from the president. You are hereby ordered to report for induction into the U.S. That was a draft notice. Yeah. The pay was not as good as what the NFL draft pays.
You took a vacation to Colorado, right?
I took, to various and sundry places around the U.S., yes.
Fun.
Yeah. Got to know Colorado pretty well, which I thought was a whole lot better than getting to know Vietnam. Let's see. Oh, today is Earth Day. Have you hugged a tree?
Not yet, but I will. I will make sure.
Okay.
I'll talk to the Lorax, make sure everything's good. You know?
And we celebrate Earth Day and do what we can to, keep this sphere rotating for another couple of 100,000 years, right?
Yep.
Okay. And let's see, what else? Oh, Coachella wrapped up this past weekend. Yeah. And now, if you don't know what Coachella is, it's a festival where everyone goes to the desert and takes selfies.
Yeah, I was watching videos from it, and you could just see a sea of cell phones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we missed this, but Kourtney Kardashian turned 46 last Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. All of the important people in her life got together and tried to figure out how to make that special day about them. Okay. We haven't picked on the Kardashians in a while. One of the reasons is we just hope they go away.
They didn't have to fake the smile with all the injections and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. And news, the Miss Universe pageant is to be held in Thailand this year. I do have some questions. The fact that all of the winners of the Miss Universe pageant come from Earth kind of makes me think the whole thing is rigged. Yeah.
I know, who came up with that Miss Universe? I mean, that's pretty far. I mean, you gotta,
Yes. Okay, I would think one of the Star Trek creatures might show up.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. I mean, that would be a good surprise. At the very end, someone shows up and says, nope, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got birthday wishes today. Actor Jack Nicholson is 88. Singer Mel Carter, 86. Singer Peter Frampton, 75. Paul Carrick of Mike and the Mechanic, 74. Actor Joseph Bottoms, 71. Actor Ryan Stiles, 66. Actor Chris Makepeace, 61. Actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, 59. Actor Cheryl Lee is 58. Actor Eric Mabius, 54. Actor Malcolm Barrett, 45. Actor Cassidy Freeman, 43. He's in Longmire, a TV series, which is nowhere near as good as the books. Yeah, okay. Actor Zach Gottsigan is 40. Actor Amber Heard, 39. And coming up, the local birthdays.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday, 9 p.m. to midnight, and Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Let's see. Happy birthday, Adriana Ortiz, James Gamboa, April Rascon, Bert Pereda, Rudy Hernandez, Lydia Vidari, Elena Davila, Albert Green, Ernie Quesada, Latasha Hill, Wayne Robinson, Mary Alice Flores Lead, Mirel Platero, and Sadel Ramirez. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, coming up, we've got to look at some local news. And by the way, we did mention today is Earth Day. April is also Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And I knew this because on the way into work this morning, I got a text about it. Yes. And let's see. What can I say? Last week's Blue Origin flight proved one thing. If your boyfriend is rich enough, the sky's the limit, right? Okay. Anyway, we've got, and I'm sorry, I think I mentioned it before. 10 minutes on a suborbital flight does not make you an astronaut. Okay. And I look at, the real astronauts that got stranded at the space station for, 6 months? Those are astronauts, right?
Yeah, yes. They're actually stuck in space for a while. That's got to be crazy, being stuck on the space station like that. Who's your favorite astronaut? Do you have like a favorite astronaut growing up? Who?
John Glenn.
John Glenn, okay.
Yes.
All right. Mine is Chuck Yeager.
Okay, yes. He, well, either way. So, okay, we've got real news. You ready?
I'm ready.
World and California news headlines right now brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. The International Monetary Fund's warning President Trump's tariffs will be a drag on the world's economic growth. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger. The IMF expects inflation to rise by 2.5% annually for the entire globe. And in the United States, the numbers are worse. The Vatican says the funeral for Pope Francis will be Saturday at St. Peter's Basilica after a public viewing that begins tomorrow. Then the cardinals will gather to start the process of choosing a new pope. CBS's Seth Doan.
They're discussing a number of things, including setting a date for the conclave to begin and reviewing those rules.
The Supreme Court is hearing arguments right now in the case of parents who weren't allowed to opt their kids out of public school programs using books with LGBTQ characters. Their attorney, Eric Baxter.
Exempting students for some religious reasons but not others cannot be squared with the First Amendment.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news, tributes from around the world to Pope Francis following his death Monday at the age of 88. California Representative and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
All of us who are singing the praises of His Holiness will pray to him and also follow his legacy.
Pelosi calling Francis a saintly man who will be missed. Coalition formed to raise awareness about an anti-sex trafficking bill that seeks to harshen penalties against offenders and support survivors. Sacramento County Sheriff Jim Cooper.
In the sex trafficking world, everybody's after the traffickers. Traffickers are golden goose. There's task forces by the Sheriff's Department, Police Department, Homeland Security, FBI. But really, the buyers have been untouched for so long.
Measure will make it a felony if an offender solicits sex from someone under the age of 18. A suspected bank robber in a Bay Area hospital after being shot by police during a chase. Police in Concord say 2 men robbed a credit union and led officers on a 50-mile pursuit. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org and get real-time information about the air that we breathe.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power Charger that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 of service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley. At El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
All right, before we get in the news, I got to correct myself from earlier, though, really quick. For all those aviation enthusiasts, it wasn't Chuck Yeager I was thinking of. I was thinking of Gordon Cooper. He was the guy he was an astronaut that made it back to Earth with just a wristwatch, really good calculus, and a constellation, I believe. Yeah, fun stuff. All right, KXO News. New councilman and new mayor at a special meeting of the El Centro City Council on Monday. A new council member was sworn in. Here's George Gale.
And the council reorganized as well. Michael Crankshaw was sworn in as the 5th member of the council. He was selected to replace Tomas Oliva, who resigned several weeks ago. In remarks, the new council member pledged to work hard for the city. He is a former El Centro Police Department commander and former chief of police for the city of Brawley and former interim police chief for the city of Imperial. When he resigned, Oliva was serving as mayor of the city. Mayor Pro Tem Sonia Carter filled the vacancy, and at Monday's meeting was chosen to serve as the mayor. Council member Marty Ellett will serve as Mayor Pro Tem. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And there will be a special workshop, a climate change workshop. Special workshop will be about the impact on California water resources, and it is not for the general public. The workshop is being presented by the Imperial Irrigation District, California Department of Water Resources, and California Project Wet Water Education Today. The workshop is for educators working with students in grades third grade through 12th grade. It will be held from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, May 3rd. It'll be held in the Conde Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. The deadline to register for this workshop is April 25th, this Friday. If you're an educator and want to learn more about this and teach it, well, register. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
El Centro Police recovered a stolen vehicle in Thermal. Here's George Gale.
On Easter Sunday, day shift officers located the stolen vehicle and attempted to stop it. A driver failed to stop, and the officers pursued. The suspect eventually pulled over, and a high-risk stop was conducted. Officers, with the aid of K9 Maverick, detained the suspect. He was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on various felony charges. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
ECRMC Blood Drive. A blood drive will be held tomorrow. It'll be held at 1271 Ross Avenue. The live stream blood bank Bloodmobile will be parked next to the medical office building. The blood drive will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go to lstream.org to register. Donors will receive a $10 Starbucks gift card. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. But you can schedule an appointment for one of their mobile service vans. Just call El Centro Motors and schedule that appointment.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
And it's local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, happy hour every day, 3 till 6 p.m.
County supervisors meet today, actually. Yeah, today's Tuesday. County board supervisors meet today. Here's George Gale.
Blanca Casades will be introduced as the Employee of the Month for the month of March. She works as a supervising vocational nurse psychiatric technician in behavioral health. Other employees will be recognized for their April milestone anniversaries. Public session begins at 1 this afternoon. On the action agenda, the board will discuss an agreement with Catholic Charities Diocese of San Diego for their homeless housing assistance and prevention program Round 4 Catholic Day Center project. They will consider a budget amendment, a resolution to fund the increase to Medi-Cal administrative costs funded by the state revenue. The supervisors will consider sending 6 local workforce representatives to the National Association of Workforce Development Professionals Annual Conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Conference will be held in May. Supervisors will consider revisions to the county executive officer job description and approve the recruitment of the county executive officer position at a pay of $250,000 to $290,000 annually. Chairman of the County Board of Supervisors will request the board adopt a resolution expressing a vote of no confidence in the job performance of the Imperial County Auditor Controller and provide applicable direction. He will also ask that the board rescind or eliminate the job description of the Auditor Controller, solely referring to duties statutorily through California Government Code, Revenue and Taxation Code, and other relevant state codes, and to amend the job description of the Assistant Auditor Controller. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And with some news from the Holtville Chamber of Commerce, here's George Gale.
They are looking for a new chief executive officer. Chamber posted the vacancy on social media. Applications must be submitted by Thursday, April 30th at 4 p.m. Candidates must preferably hold a bachelor's or associate degree. They must have a valid California driver's license. Applications can be picked up and dropped off at the Holtville Chamber in Holtville. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time, just about 7:49. We'll take a look at weather next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For April specials, try the drink of the month, the Masters Azalea, and Mick Ultra bottles are on special. Don't forget to try the plate of the month, Philly Fries. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
Dry and seasonably warm conditions will persist through the end of the work week, according to the National Weather Service. A dry weather system is expected to enter the desert Southwest this weekend, bringing breezy to locally windy conditions and cooling temperatures to slightly below seasonal normals for a few days. Our high yesterday, 92, the overnight low, 58. It will be sunny today with a high near 93. Light wind becoming northwest about 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Clear tonight with a low around 59. West-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour becoming southeast. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 92. Light south wind becoming southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour in the afternoon. And right now, we have 65 degrees downtown El Centro, 59% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southwest, 3 to 5 miles an hour. Air quality moderate in Calexico and good everywhere else in the valley. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers & Beer. It's the place. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
Rush Steel Supply is the #1 steel distributor in the Imperial Valley that's been serving the valley for over 14 years. They have an extended inventory of carbon steel, structural steel, plow steel, plates, bars, pipes, and a whole lot more. And all of their products are stored indoors, and they deliver throughout the Imperial Valley. Visit their website, rushsteelsupply.com, or see the inventory for yourself at 703 East Main Street, El Centro. When you think steel, think Rush.
Please, Tom Sawyer, mean fries.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action last night. The Pistons beat the Knicks 194. That series tied at 1 game each. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers topped the Nuggets 105-102. That series also tied 1 game each. And today, action. Milwaukee will be at Indiana, Memphis at Oklahoma City, and Minnesota at the Lakers. In other news, Madden Iamaleava, the younger brother of Nico Iamaleava, is expected to join the former Tennessee quarterback at UCLA. The younger Iamaleava An Arkansas freshman quarterback will make the move after deciding to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Madden was ESPN's number 145 overall recruit in the 2025 class, and previously spent nearly 8 months committed to UCLA before he flipped his pledge to the Razorbacks. Meanwhile, UCLA quarterback Joey Aguilar, hey, I'm going to transfer to Tennessee. Why not? They've got an opening.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And Major League Baseball, the Red Sox got by the White Sox 4-2. White Sox really aren't any better than they were last year. And the Guardians topped the Yankees 6-4. Marlins beat the Reds 6-3. It was the Mets nipping the Phillies 5-4. Braves edged the Cardinals 7-6. Astros shut out the Blue Jays 7-0. Giants beat the Brewers 5-2. And the Padres came up short. The Tigers topped the Padres 6-4. Don't forget, it's NFL Draft Thursday, and we will have live updates from the draft Thursday evening, throughout the evening, letting you know who's going where. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Employee pricing at El Centro Motors. El Centro Motors and Ford Motor Company have teamed up to save you money. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay on almost all new Fords. That's right. You pay what employees pay. You can't beat that. Employee pricing at El Centro Motors also comes with special low financing rates and special incentives on selected models. Ford, from America, for America, and El Centro Motors. Shop while selection is best, and hurry in because this special program won't last forever. El Centro Motors and employee pricing. You pay what we pay. You can't beat the deals. And remember what Mike says.
If you don't come see me first, I can't save you any money. And it's just that easy.
And it's time to take a look at financial news. A brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service in the Valley that offers 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. You will find Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Highland in El Centro. U.S. stocks are up this morning as investors waded into the market after a steep Monday sell-off. Right now, the Dow up 730 points. The broader S&P 500 is up 100 points. Investors have been on edge as uncertainty lingers about trade negotiations, and President Donald Trump has ratcheted up his criticism of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The NASDAQ and Dow are looking to snap a 4-day losing streak. All three major indexes are on track for their worst month since 2022, and the Dow is on track for its worst April since 1932. Stocks are coming off a day sharply in the red as investors assessed Trump's continued tirade against Powell for not cutting interest rates, a complaint he has levied multiple times. The Federal Reserve's independence is a hallmark of the central bank, and market watchers have been unnerved by the president's continued verbal assault on the Fed chair. Meanwhile, the Federal Trade Commission sued ride-hailing giant Uber, alleging deceptive billing and cancellation practices in its Uber One subscription service. The FTC alleged the company charged customers for Uber One, a service for fee-free delivery and discounts on rides, without their consent, and made it too difficult for them to cancel, despite the company's cancel anytime marketing. Americans are tired of getting signed up for unwanted subscriptions that seem impossible to cancel, according to FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson. Uber pushed back against the allegations. Its lawyers that represented the company throughout the FTC investigation called it a rushed investigative process, and the complaint was based on misunderstandings. Right now, the Dow up 805 points at 38,974. The S&P 500 up 106 points at 5264. The NASDAQ up 359 points at 16,229. Gold soars up $13.40 an ounce, and oil is up 83 cents per barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 93, light wind becoming northwest about 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Clear tonight, a low around 59, west-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour becoming southeast. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 92. Light south wind becoming southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour in the afternoon. 66 degrees, 55% relative humidity. Wind out of the south-southwest 3 to 5 miles an hour. Air quality moderate in Calexico, but good everywhere else in the valley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The best oldies on the radio. 1230 KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Peter King. The Vatican says Pope Francis's funeral is set for Saturday morning. People in the U.S. will have to get up early to watch because of the time difference. Here's correspondent Seth Doan.
We are getting some more details of this funeral. We know now that it will be held at 10 a.m. Rome time, and that will officially begin 9 days of official mourning for Pope Francis. And in these meetings that cardinals from around the world are gathering to take place in, to have, they're discussing a number of things, including setting a date for the conclave to begin and reviewing those rules.
There's always speculation about a Pope's successor. The National Catholic reporter Sean Winters tells us what he thinks might happen.
I think you will see a Latino candidate emerge in the next couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to go back to an Italian. I don't think it's going to go back to a European. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, the Cardinal Archbishop of Tokyo, who leads the Catholic relief services around the world, it's called Caritas Internationalis, and therefore has done a lot of travel.
Wall Street stocks are higher despite a negative report from the International Monetary Fund. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The impact of the Trump tariffs as well as retaliation efforts around the world are likely to increase prices globally. In advanced economies, which include the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, the IMF expects inflation to rise by 2.5% annually for the entire globe. And in the United States, the numbers are worse, closer to 3%.
The Dow is up 803 points. The Nasdaq has gained 359. At the Supreme Court, arguments are underway in the case of 3 Maryland couples who say their religious rights were violated when they weren't allowed to pull their children out of public school programs, which included books with positive portrayals of LGBTQ characters. Eric Baxter is their attorney.
Petitioners deserve complete preliminary relief. In a system where thousands of students are daily opting
opted in and out of the class for multiple reasons. There's no basis for denying opt-outs for religious reasons.
The Montgomery County School District maintains it didn't do anything wrong. Several insurance companies have pulled out of California because of wildfires over the past few years, and those who've stayed being taken to court. Here's CBS's Jim Crisula.
2 lawsuits filed in Los Angeles allege major home insurance companies colluded to limit coverage in California areas at high risk for wildfires. The legal action also says the companies forced the homeowners onto the state's last resort insurance plan that offers just basic coverage with high premiums.
Checking stocks again, the Dow is up 807 points. The NASDAQ is up 359. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil's wife has given birth in New York. He's being detained in Louisiana.
Khalil's lawyers had asked for a 2-week furlough to New York so he could be there for the birth of his son, but ICE would only allow him to be on the phone with his wife, Noor Abdullah. She told CBS last month.
We were setting everything up for the nursery and his clothes, and I'm just so excited.
Khalil, who organized pro-Palestinian rallies at Columbia University, was arrested last month and deemed a threat to U.S. foreign policy. A judge ruled Khalil is eligible to be deported. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A SpaceX cargo Dragon is docked with the International Space Station, delivering about 6,700 pounds of food, experiments, and supplies. 3 of the 7 crew members aboard are NASA astronauts. Oscar voters will no longer be able to skip watching some of the nominated films. The Motion Picture Academy says they have to watch all of them in each category if they want to vote in the final round. I'm Peter King, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Present to you with this year's Choice YouTuber Award,
Carroll Buckley.
Prepare to get rocked.
That was unbelievable. AM 1230, KXO.